So, reincarnation. Some people believe in it, some people don't. Me personally, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. I didn't believe in reincarnation. And then when I studied spirituality, I did believe in reincarnation. But then as my studies got deeper, I no longer believe in reincarnation. So we are going to dig deep into this and we're going to hit it. But the first thing that I definitely need to say as a disclaimer, everything that we talk about in this video is going to be speculative because I don't remember ever being dead. So I can't 100% tell you that what we are about to discuss and the things that I'm about to drop on you are 100% true. I'm honest enough to tell you that what I'm about to tell you comes from my studying, from my meditation, from dreams, from things that have just the dots have connected. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that what I say is law. You get that from church. Church tells you that you're either going to heaven or hell after you die. And the atheists say that nothing's going to happen. They don't believe in God and you just die. This is the thing. Both of them have one thing in common, and that is they really don't know. They just get you to believe that either there is no God or there is a God that's judging you and that you're going to go to heaven and hell. If someone tells you that this is concrete, they're lying to you. So no one knows. So what I'm going to say is speculative, and I can be honest and admit it. You can accept or reject what we have to say, and if it makes sense to you, rock with it. If it doesn't, then find something else. I'm totally fine anyway. So I just wanted to put that out there because churches, they do a really bad job at manipulating people with the blessing of heaven and the threat of hell. And atheists, they always say that there's nothing, and most scientists say that you just go into nothing. So anyway, let's move on. So if you've come from Western religion, you believe in heaven and hell, and you don't believe in reincarnation in most cases. If you come from Eastern religions, such as Buddhism and things like that, you believe in a thing called dharma, karma, where your past lives, you have to work out some karma and learn some things, and each time you come back, and then each time you go further and further along the chain, and you got to undo certain past events in lives that you don't even remember. So that's kind of weird, but that's just what it is. So you have the Western philosophy of Christianity that says you're going to one of two places, period. And then the Eastern philosophy says that you have karma and dharma that you have to work out to finally get to source and be one. Who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. I don't necessarily believe in what the church says, but they could be right. I don't know. I'm honest enough to say that. But this is I'm going to give you my insights that are speculative, and we're going to talk about it. So when I grew up, like I said, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, and then they believe in a certain level of heaven and hell. They believe 144,000 is going to heaven. The rest will be reincarnated. Well, I guess they kind of do believe in reincarnation, but will be reincarnated on a new heaven and a new earth with no evil. That's what they believe. But most regular religions just believe heaven and hell. That's it. So I grew up in that type of atmosphere. So I never really believed in reincarnation. Then as I started expanding my knowledge, I started learning about Buddhism, things like that, and then they believed in reincarnation, so I was rocking with that. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. That makes more sense, blah, blah, blah. But then I started to think for myself, and I started to do my own research, and I started to do my own studies, and I've come to some conclusions that I want to put out here, just for talk, just for debate, just for we can go back and forth with it, and just for you people to get a different perspective from what you've probably always been taught. This is the thing. Everything in the universe is one thing. It's all God. As the Gnostics call it, they call it the nomad. So it's like it's one thing that encompasses everything. It is infinity. It has no attributes, because to have an attribute means that you're set aside. So everything is in it. So it is everything. And so I definitely believe that is one aspect of why I stopped believing in reincarnation. But the next thing is that nature, God, reveals itself to us. It is not hidden. Everything about the nature and essence of reality is plain as day. So when you think about nature, there is nothing in nature that repeats. There is not one single snowflake that's ever been the same. There's never been a blade of grass that's ever been the same. There's never been any DNA that's ever been the same. Nobody's fingerprints are ever the same. Even twins, identical twins, are not the same. There's always a variance. Every year is different. Every star is different. Every planet is different. Nothing in nature repeats. Everything is experienced one time. So if that is the case, and God is having an experience through us from the aspect of us, then why would it need to repeat? In my view, speculative, is that it wouldn't, because nature is showing you that God only needs to be me once. It only needs to be Reedy one time. It only needs to be Friday, July the 3rd, one time. It doesn't need to be July the 3rd on Saturday. It does. No day is alike. No season is alike. No millennium is alike. This creation is recursive. Recursive means that it keeps improving on itself. And what do we see? The universe is, they say, 13 billion years old. From Big Bang to now, we have come a long way. We've come so far in the last 20, 30 years with technology. So nothing repeats. So there's no need for God to repeat, in my opinion. What is your opinion, bro?
Well, honestly, like you were saying, I grew up in the church, and reincarnation, if it were true, then that kind of takes away the heaven and hell theory. You know what I mean? So I basically wasn't allowed to believe it or even give thought to it, and
Mm-hmm.
didn't, because I wasn't supposed to question the Bible. You know what I mean? Now I've changed my beliefs, as I study other religions, and as we've been doing this, and as I've been questioning all my beliefs. You know what I mean? I'm not sure about it. You know what I mean? Although we had this conversation not long ago, which is what sparked this to happen, which I've been waiting for, just to hear more about it. I you got me leaning more the other way again. Like, maybe it's not real, but there are so many stories out there about children having past experiences, and I know we spoke about this, and I know you're going to touch on this, and I'll let you do that. But there's definitely a lot of instances where it sounds like, well, what is happening here? There's feelings of deja vu that people have, or they're like obsessed with a certain time period or another place. There's a story I heard about a girl. She was like 3 years old, fell, hit her head, and woke up, remembered that she lived in Egypt
Mm-hmm.
in a previous life, and was obsessed with it, and was like, she could read here hieroglyphics. I'm saying that probably wrong, but
No, you're
just
right.
there's several stories out there like that kind of make you think, well, there's something to this. You know what I
Right.
mean? Maybe this is what happens, and it would make sense that if ultimately we're trying to reach enlightenment, and if we do not, then we get another shot at it. You know what I mean? We take the knowledge that we've gained in this life and move forward, and hopefully get closer to that level of enlightenment that
Mm-hmm.
that we seek, that complete detachment from the ego and the physical realm, which is tough to get in one lifetime alone, let
Hmm.
alone, over time coming back with new knowledge and new wisdom, and maybe you could easier, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm on like the one that's going to get me there to complete enlightenment. But, as we've talked about this, and I know you're going to touch on the reason you've made me question it, and creation is finished, you know what I mean? So it's already done. I don't know. I still don't know. You know what I
That's
mean? I still
okay.
don't
That's
know.
great. That's why we have this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is my thoughts on people who have regressive memories and are born with this 3-year-old can play the piano so good and all this other stuff. Everything comes from the source. The source is in the center of everything. All things expound from the source. Now, if the source is wanting to know what it is, then it would expand out in a plasma type field, kind of like those plasma balls that you see where the electric currents hit the outside of the thing. All things in it is information because it's wanting to learn itself. It wants to know what it is. So everything that has happened, that is happening, and that will happen is nothing but information. We are information gatherers. We are binary computers. Yes, no, on, off, happy, sad, good, bad. We're never two things at once. We're never in superposition. So we're just gathering information. This experience was good. This experience was bad. This is hot. This is cold. We are just gathering information so that the universe can know what it is. It's learning itself through the experience that we give it in this reality. So this infinite source goes outward, and each individual throughout time is a information line. From time to time, if you look at like a plasma ball, like I said, I'll probably put a video, a screen up so you can see what I'm talking about. Time to time, these lines hit, they intersect, whether on purpose or just being too close or one line has bent. When these lines hit, all that is happening is information is being passed from my line to your line. So you in turn get knowledge from me, and I in turn get knowledge from you. But because we live in this third dimensional realm and we can't see outside of our linear perspective, to us it seems like a different life. It seems like we have been here before, we've done this before. All that's happening is just a simple passage of information. My line intersected with Genghis Khan's line, and all of a sudden I'm having dreams of conquering people. That's just how it works. It's like everything is only one thing trying to know what it is, and it's all information. We're all only information, but we've forgotten that we are still part of the source. So we think that we're individuals, but we're all just one package and pocket full of information that just happens to hit from time to time. That's it. All information leads to the source. The source is recursive. It's learning itself. It's growing. It's getting smarter. That's it. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fact that we are one consciousness anyway, our consciousness is connected to begin with. So definitely they could overlap. You know what I mean? You could get memories from somebody else. It's not necessarily, which again, we had this conversation not long ago. And I've been looking forward to having this conversation because you changed my
I
mind.
got one more thing for you.
I was certain that, man, I think reincarnation's real. I think it's what happens to those that don't figure it out in their lifetime. You know what I mean? And they get another chance. They get because the goal you would think is to reach enlightenment, remember who you are. You know what I mean? Remember that you are one with the source. And if that doesn't happen, it'd be nice to think that you got another try at it. You know what I mean? So I guess it felt good to believe it. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense that paths could get crossed. You know what I mean? Information could get crossed. Why wouldn't it? If we're one consciousness, how couldn't it? You know what I mean? It makes sense that it could. And that's the thing. It's you just, regardless of what you believe, question it. Why do I believe it? Is this true? Could it be disproved? And then that's how science works. You know what I mean? That's being scientific. It's questioning what you know. Am I right? Usually not. Usually not. And maybe at some point I'll hear something that changes my mind again. But as of right now, you've convinced me that I don't believe in reincarnation.
This is the thing about science that I really, really can appreciate. Science tells you we're giving you our best guess. We don't know. So
Yeah.
5 scientists come together and they all have their best guess. And they look at each other's work and say, Reedy's guess is the best. So until somebody proves Reedy wrong, this is what we're saying that this is.
Yeah.
They don't say that nothing's definite. They don't say nothing. When somebody proves Einstein wrong on something, this is the new thing. Church doesn't do that. Church is fixed in a malleable and movable world. But now let me hit you with the third thing that I want to drop on you. That's why I don't believe in reincarnation no more. It's because we live in different dimensions. So I'm going to explain to you the 7 dimensions. And then once I do that, definitely want to hear your feedback as far as it goes in relation to this topic of reincarnation. So in the first dimension, which we have access to, is just straight lines. There's no up or down. It's just a flat straight line. If you lived in the first dimension, you're just a flat line. Second dimension, now you have height. Now you have 2 dimensions. That's it. You can make squares, you can make circles. It's still flat. Our dimension, the third dimension, we add width. We can see straight lines, we can see objects, and now we have width to give us dimension. So we can move in this third dimension like we do. Now, the fourth dimension, which is what we don't have access to, is the dimension of time and space. So even though to us, our timeline, humanity's timeline, your timeline is all linear, in the fourth dimension, it just looks like one line. And you can move that line back and forth. You're not moving linear. You can drop in here, you can drop in there. So when you get to the fourth dimension, if we ever evolve to this dimension, we have access to time. Now, the fifth dimension is where you couldn't even have a body, because in the fifth dimension, you have access to all timelines. You see not only what we have constructed as reality, we see every possibility. So in the fifth dimension, where God's higher fifth dimension on up, but in the fifth dimension, you not only have access to one timeline, you have access to all timelines. So a being like God, there's nothing that repeats because it sees and knows every possible outcome.
All at once.
All at once. Has access to everything. We can't even wrap our heads around this. In the fifth dimension, all possibilities are available. So why would we need to keep repeating when a being as of God who encompasses everything has access to everything? That's my argument. That's why I don't believe in reincarnation. It's speculative. It's come together through thought, meditation, reading, and all that stuff. But it's when I think about what I believe to be true, it just makes sense.
Yeah. And that's what you do. You keep questioning and you keep studying and you keep thinking about it, and you figure out what truth is to you. You know what I mean? And then something changes your mind like this. And if to God or to source, there's no difference in the years, like 1920 is the same as 2020. It's all happened at the same, it's all done.
With every possibility, every possible decision in 1920, it has access to.
Yeah. Wow.
So why would it need to repeat anything? Because it is everything.
Okay, so this raises a lot more questions that I need to know. You know what I mean? it just gets deeper and deeper. You've convinced me, man. Since we talked about it, I've thought about it a lot. I've questioned what I believe and why I believe it. It's I want to keep seeking for truth. You know what I mean? I want to keep seeking for knowledge and wisdom and try to, navigate this experience that I'm having. And these kind of conversations is how you do that with other people and with each other. And hopefully more people reach out and want to talk to us about it. And
Yeah.
it sparks more conversation. And maybe we have another conversation that changes our mind again. And we go back, okay, yeah,
Absolutely.
I never thought about that possibility. And I want to hear it. So if you have those questions, ask, or you have something to say on it, please, I want to know. I want to hear it.
Mhm.
I want to hear my beliefs shredded so I can change them again. I just want to keep learning, you know what I mean, and figuring things out. And so what is we've all lost people, you know what I mean? And when I was a Christian, I had the hope that they were going to heaven, you know what I mean?
And we will see him again.
Yeah. And then when my beliefs changed to reincarnation, I had the hope that, well, whatever unfinished things that their soul had to do, they'll get another opportunity and they'll get to grow farther along in this spiritual journey. And I don't have that anymore. Tony, you want to help me out with the loved ones that I lost, man?
This is the thing, man. Like I said this before, and I think I've caught some people off guard when I say that life in itself has no meaning. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean it doesn't have purpose. We have purpose, and the purpose is of our own developments to be better, to be kind, to be loving, and all that other stuff. But we, as in finite beings, we need to have a feeling that this is all for something.
Yeah.
We need that, and that's
Yeah.
ego. That's ego.
Yeah.
That's Maya. That's Maya keeping you trapped to this illusion. My
Yeah.
life has to have meant something, and we have to let that go. And it's hard because this is all I've known my whole life is that I'm an individual. So what I do should matter, and it should, I should do this, I should do that. Whereas in the universe says you are just a small piece in my grand scheme.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like that you said doesn't have meaning but has purpose. So that purpose is what we're doing. It's
Exactly.
loving and helping each other and helping each other reach that level that we all seek. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think even without knowing it, we do. If you're in church and you're seeking something there, it's the same thing. You're seeking that same thing, whatever religion you're a part of, or whatever beliefs that you have. You know what I mean? There's something in there that's like, there's more. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to let go of all attachments. You know what I
It
mean?
is.
I hate to talk about detachment all the time, but it's constantly on my mind. Like, what does it look like to be completely detached? We'll be back on detachment again. Just because I just can't get off of it, because I'm trying to detach. You know what I mean? I'm trying to let go of all those things that keep me stuck to this ego, to this persona,
And this
whatever.
the ego, little Satan, he's a tricky
Yeah,
mug.
yeah,
He will
yeah,
get you
yeah,
holding on and clinging in the
yeah,
littlest ways. Maya.
yeah. Yeah, and as you grow, you put on a new persona. You're this person that's more evolved now, and it's just some new persona that you're attached to. You know what I mean? And every belief that I have, thought that I have, I feel like is part of that attachment. I don't know. It's tough. It's a lot, but I mean, I know that I'm seeking. I'm definitely seeking
Yep.
inward, and I'm studying, and I'm having these conversations with you and with others, and I'm growing from that. And it's definitely it's a journey, man, and
Absolutely.
I'm happy to be doing this with you, man.
You took the words out of my mouth. I'm happy to be doing with you too, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
But I think we're gonna end it there, people. And hopefully we've given you something to think about. We would love, like my brother said, we would love to get some feedback to what you think about reincarnation.
yeah,
Do you believe in it? Do you not believe in it? And why? let's get some dialogue going. And so yeah, we're gonna end it right there. Uh, we are 1 degree. We are trying to move the consciousness of mankind 1 degree. And for my brother Reedy, I am Akashic Ancient of Days. And until we meet again, 1 degree.